Hey everybody, we're here with Rob from Vend Advisors again. And Rob, the question of the day is, what are the warning signs that a company or a business needs to reconsider its strategy?
I mean, I think it's probably the few things that might be most glaring. Obviously would be, let's say if sales and revenue is flattening off or staying relatively constant or not really uptaking or going where you want it to go, because obviously that's going to drive, that's going to drive that income and profit. That's going to drive cash flow. So if that's flattening out, that would be one point to strategy. I think a second point might be have there been some maybe type of changeover within the team, and are there some elements maybe where the teams aren't quite performing full force the way it should be within there? Maybe there's a bit of a lack of collaboration. Maybe there's some silos kind of going on between departments, and information things that are not quite being fully shared.
It is important to have an aligned culture, and some rules that everybody is part of, I think, and you're right. I mean, absolutely, it can stray from that.
Exactly. I think that also kind of happened a little bit naturally, so to speak, but also happened kind of under the radar where you're not really recognizing it unless you really kind of focus on it. And I would say the third part might be the standpoint is there's something relative to the product and the service that maybe you need to enhance or do something, or are you maybe a few steps behind the marketplace where things have advanced to that you need maybe to focus a little bit on that, or how you're doing that.
Yeah, and Rob, I know you've seen a lot of this. Rob's always a great, outside eyeball that comes in and looks at businesses, and it's good to have a fresh perspective every once in a while. So if you could use a fresh perspective, well, Rob's here, and you can learn more about him at vendadvisorsllc.com. You can see some other videos we've done with some other aspects of what you've seen, Rob. So
absolutely, please do.
So, Rob, any last words for?
No, just like Sam, I think like anything with strategy, you always got to kind of be. Things are going to change. You've got to be where you are. You got to realize where you are as to where you want to get to, and maybe what you were doing before, and even that strategy isn't going to work as we thought it would.
Business changes a lot. I know.
Business changes a lot.
Business plans you can set a 5-year business plan, but might make 2 years, 3 years.
And sometimes having somebody else that can look at it from the outside in rather than from inside out is a benefit. There's nothing wrong with the conversation.
Have a conversation with Rob if you want. And remember, vendadvisorsllc.com.